So good morning, all. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's Judith. It's our 1 hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. We use props in this class, and if you don't have them today, if anyone is new today, I don't think there are. We'll say so for the recording anyway, that you need to have a yoga mat. And if you don't have one of those, you could probably use a folded blanket, beach towel on a carpeted, padded surface of some kind. Trying to do it on tile or wood can be painful for the joints, they'll let you know. And then this is a little props, cushioning props. I've rolled up a towel, I fixed it with rubber bands. It's a little fake bolster. I've got a squishy mat also for cushioning purposes. You could recruit cushions from the bed or the sofa, just small ones, not bed pillows. Those are a bit on the large side. And then all as well, we use a yoga strap. And this is easy to substitute if you don't have one, with a belt or a dog leash, a bathrobe tie. A scarf, a long skinny scarf works. And then, of course, we have yoga blocks. These are great props to have. I have short arms, so I use them as arm extenders. These are the styrofoam version. I'd recommend those as opposed to the bamboo. The bamboo blocks are heavy. If you should happen to drop one on your foot, you'd be sorry, right? Okay. And then optionally, if you happen to have hand weights and would like to add them into your routine, that's fine. I recommend nothing heavier than 2 pounds. This is a set of 1-pounders. So if you feel like everything's too easy, you can add some more challenge with weights, but they're optional, of course. And then last but not least, our friend, the chair. This is a standard metal folding chair. Definitely no wheels, preferably no arms. And just improvise as best you can with what you have. You're at home. So if whatever's being offered today does not work for your body, you can modify. I do on this side for a shoulder problem. You could do something else, like another posture that you enjoy, or you can skip it altogether. So you are in charge. Tune in to what the body is saying and asking for, and I'll be happy to answer questions at the end. So just to start, let's take the feet about shoulder width apart. Just start gently circling some hips just to get the core of the body warmed gently. And you're going to notice any sore spots, sticky spots, tight spots as you circle. Think about inhaling forward, exhaling as you squeeze the navel to the spine as you round in the back. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center and then circling the hips in the opposite direction. Also, again, noticing if you have sore spots, dark spots there, and just directing your attention and your breath to those areas. Inhaling forward, squeezing the navel as you round in the back. We'll do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center, circling back to center. Moving up to those shoulders. Let's open the chest. Rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Crown of head floating to sky, and the 4 corners of each foot rooting into the earth. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rolling in the other direction. Noticing any changes, if there are any, in this direction. Maybe, maybe not. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake out the arms and the hands. We can keep the legs nice and wide. Let's go ahead and just swing the arms here. Just let them flop like empty coat sleeves. You're twisting and you're looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you as you move side to side. And you're breathing, you're coordinating breath with movement. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep twisting and turning, but now we're going to take the arms and you're going to slice the air in front and you're going to slice the air in the back. So you're not touching the body. This is a good way to get the blood flow moving, waking yourself up in the morning. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly you're going to bring the arms down gradually. Don't just abruptly stop if you can avoid it. Shake everything out. Now let's take the feet directly under the hips. If you want to be near your chair, wall, or piece of furniture that's not going to move when you push weight on it, any place there in your personal space, you might want to put your hand on your balance support, whether it's the chair or whatever. So just think about lifting the right heel, place it down, lifting left heel, place it down. Every time you lift those heels, you think about spreading the 5 toes nice and wide. So we're pumping blood into those tiny digits there in your feet, those little pinky toes. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to stay at this rhythm, this pace. That's fine. Maybe you want to double time bicycle pedaling the heels. Just a little bit, ramping up just a bit. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to stay at this pace. That's fine. Maybe you want to break into a baby march. Opposite arm, opposite leg, moving forward. And then once you get arms and legs going, think about making it a bit vigorous. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep marching on 1. Now we're going to cross the midline with the opposite arm and the opposite leg. So this is a balance challenge. So very slowly I'll demo. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly you can bring the arms and the legs slowly down to stillness. Marking your spot. There you go. And then shaking everything out. I'm going to put your right hand on the back of the chair seat. The left foot's going to come forward and you're going to dig that heel into the mat or the earth. Toes pointing up towards sky. Left arm lifts up. Inhale. And you're going to touch whatever you can touch. Exhale. It could be the knee. It could be the shin, the ankle, the foot. We'll bow to the foot and the leg. And we'll start with 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the arm comes down. Let's keep that foot forward. And now we're going to start tapping the foot. So the heel stays grounded and the foot keeps tapping and lifting. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep tapping on 1, and then we're going to go side, front. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center, slowly bringing the tapping to stillness, and then shaking out both legs, feet and legs. You're going to put your weight in your right leg, and the left leg will stay straight. You're going to keep the left foot flexed throughout. we're going to just swing that leg forward and back. Forward and back. I've got one hand on the chair. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's bring it down to stillness slowly. Oh, shake that out. Let's go ahead and move to the other side. So now the weight will be in your left leg. And here we're going to take the right foot forward, the right heel digs into the mat, the toes point to sky. Right arm lifts up, inhale up, exhale, bow to this, wherever you can go. It may not be the same on this side. No self-judgment. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, very nice, very nice. Arms come down slowly. And now we're going to start tapping that foot. Getting the rhythm going on this side. Here we are. We'll count for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep tapping. And now it's side, front, 8, 7, no need to rush, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. And then back to center, slowly bringing it to stillness. Shake out both sides. Now the weight will again be in your left leg. Right leg is straight. Right foot stays flexed throughout. Swinging it forward and back. Forward and back. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down to stillness. Don't just abruptly stop. Very nice. Shake everything out. How we doing? You might want to be near your balance prop if you think that might work. And then the feet are directly underneath your hips, toes point forward. And you might want to just start bouncing the heels here. So the heel bounce can only be like a half an inch, a quarter of an inch. We're basically working on moving blood and lymph throughout the body. We're also working on bone density by placing pressure on the skeletal frame. And we're breathing. Let's do 8, 7. Upper body can move any way you like. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly bringing the bouncing to stillness. I'm really feeling that in the feet, the ankles, the Achilles tendon, the calves for sure. I'm going to grab some water. And then from here, we're going to use the back of the chair for support. And we're going to stretch out those legs, the calves, the Achilles tendons, and so forth. So I won't mirror you for this. Right foot stays forward. Left foot goes back. Only as far as that left foot can stay flat on the mat. So now you're giving a nice stretch to the hamstrings on the left leg. You're going to tilt the torso forward maybe 10 to 20 degrees, which may or may not intensify the stretch there in the back of your leg. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come on up. Left foot meets the right. Now the right foot goes back. Only as far back as you can keep that whole foot flat. Feeling the stretch on the hamstrings on this leg. tilting forward maybe 10 or 20 degrees, pausing here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Right foot comes forward, shake them out. Now the heels come together, the toes point out. First position in ballet. And we're going to lift up on the tippy toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, float the heels down to the earth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Relift the heels. Find something that doesn't move, a spot on the wall, maybe the floor in front of you. That's called a drishti point in yoga. That will help with balance as you lift one arm up, focusing on that spot. Maybe you're going to lift the second arm up, maybe not. We'll pause for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One arm comes down, second arm comes down. Lift up one more time and then lower those heels back down. Shake everything out. Now those ankles and feet should be wide awake. Let's lift the right heel and we're going to circle with the ankle joint. So now we're pumping out any air bubbles that might have been trapped in there. Any other stuff that needs to keep moving and out. Breathing. Let's go ahead and circle the other direction. Nice and gentle. And then gradually bringing that down to stillness. Shifting the weight to the right, lifting your left heel. And you're initiating the movement with the ankle joint. Knee and thigh. They just go along for the ride. They're passive. Nice and gentle. And then you're going to circle the other direction. Big full breaths. And then that heel comes down. Then shake everything out. For this next one, you could either use the back of the chair, facing the back of the chair with legs wide, or you can grab a block, and that could be placed on the long end of your mat, edge of your mat, just so you have a place to place, to put your hand. You'll see. We'll all see when we get there, all right? So legs wide. Now in this portion, the torso is going to stay upright. We're going to do a big squat. So the knees track over toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. So it's not about going down and trying to get close down. You keep the torso upright, all right? So inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down low on 1. Right forearm is going to rest on your right thigh. Left hand can rest on mat or block or nothing. And the left leg is straight. So you're digging the left heel into the mat, toes point to sky. And additionally, on the right, you're pumping into the right side of the pelvic girdle. So you're breathing, you're not letting the head dangle here. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Glide through center without lifting up, if possible. And now the left forearm rests on the left thigh. Fingertips rest on mat, block, or nothing, or chair seat maybe. Little pumps. Moving into the left. Right leg is straight, right heel digs into mat, right toes point to sky. So pumping on the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Nice and gentle. I'm taking my block with me. I'm going to do some big squats here. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten the legs, and you can bow to your block or your mat. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, bow and straighten. Let's do 4. Take your time with this one. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And here, just shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Maybe add some horse lips, Mr. Ed. And here, while we're in this wide-legged forward fold, squeeze abdominals. Maybe clasp hands and do a straight leg ragdoll swing with the arms. Or maybe you want to grab opposite elbows and swing side to side for 8. Squeeze the abs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center. Let's heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. You can decide what works. Now the feet are directly under the hips. Toes point forward. Hands commence at the ankles. Drag them half up the shins, half back lift. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming up with the hands on thighs. Keep the knees soft. Keep the knees bent. Stay in a sort of mini squat here. Arms come forward into chair pose. Lifting the arms as best you can to the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. One arm swings back. Inhale, exhale. Other arm. Inhale, exhale. We'll do 4, 3. Chair pose. 2, 1. Nice. And then the arms straighten, legs straighten. Arms can come down by the side of the body. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back of the body now. So here we're going to stretch the arms away. Open the chest, maybe gently tuck the chin to protect the back of the neck. So you're not resting the palms comfortably on the bum. You're stretching them away for 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to stay right here. Maybe if you want more challenge, cross right foot outside of left foot. Squeezing the thighs together, no space between the thighs. Maybe you want more challenge. Level 3 is tucking chin, going into a forward fold until you come to a sticking point, and there you will stop. 3 big breaths at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Loading up triple slow time with a flat back. If you did the forward fold, unwinding legs, unwinding hands, shaking everything out. You might want to attempt this if you have a wall. You can be near your wall so you don't have to worry about falling over, that kind of thing. Just so you get the feel of it without having to worry about the balance issue. So now you're going to configure your hands behind your back again, this time with an awkward pose. So it's a different thumb on top. It doesn't feel normal. It would be not your go-to version of interlacing the fingers. Stretch the arms away. Maybe this is plenty. If you want to add more challenge, right foot outside of left, or I think it's left foot outside of right, the opposite of what you just did. And stretch your arms away. Now here, maybe you'd like to pause here, but if you want more challenge, we're going into that forward fold until you come to your optimum forward fold. 3 big breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Loading up with a flat back, and then unwinding the legs, unwinding the fingers, shaking everything out. How was that? It was horrible. Oh no. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll keep the block handy here next to this, your right foot. The legs are going to be relatively wide. And if you want to be near your chair for support, that's also an option. So don't, discount the chair. You can actually put your hand on the chair seat. Then move over. Okay, so from here, the legs are wide, toes pointing out 30 to 45. And your pelvis is going to turn to the right. And from here, you're going to take your hands down the inside and the outside of the leg as you bow to your right leg. And then you're going to come on up. Here again, giving a stretch to those hamstrings. Up and down, nice and slow. Let's do 4. 3. 2. 1. Stay down on 1. Now here's where you want to press the chest close to the top of your right thigh. I've got my right hand on the block. You might want to put your hand on the chair seat or nothing. The left leg can be slightly bent. And you're pressing your chest close to the top of the right thigh for 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking your right arm behind, wrap it around the back of the body to the opposite hip crease, maybe, or as far as it's willing to go. Now you're in a twist for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind that back arm. You're still in your folding over your right leg. And now you're going to come up the same way you went down, dragging the hands up and down this right leg. Come up to standing. Now we're going to stay facing right. And now we're going to start tapping this leg. Stimulating blood flow to the surface of the skin. Getting everything wakened up and moving. One more time, up and down this leg. And then coming back up. And then just coming back to center, facing center, and noticing, how does it feel on the right side, the right leg? How does it feel on the left? Probably not the same. Just noticing. Now we're going to tilt to your left. You might want to have a block or a chair seat handy, whatever you're using for support. And then you're going to take your hands on the inside and the outside of the left leg as you roll up and down this leg. Very gently. Noticing any differences in this side. How does it feel on this side? Let's do 2 more up and down. And this time we're going to go down and stay down. And now you're going to be pressing your chest close to the top of your left thigh. Right thigh could be slightly bent. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right here. Your left arm wraps around the back body to opposite hip crease, or as far as the arm is willing to go. You're looking over the left shoulder for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwrap the top back arm. Come slowly back to where we were, and then slowly rise up. Hand on inside and outside of leg. Oh, coming back to center. Let's roll the shoulders. Pelvis is now square to that long edge of your mat. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. And just noticing where the energy has moved or shifted in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing, chi moving throughout the system. Let's do a big 3-part Durga breath. Inhale. Belly expands, rib cage expands, collarbones lift. Noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Noticing the silence at the top. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly, squeezing out all the air at the bottom. 2 more just like that on your own. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then just coming back to neutral. Let's return to mountain pose. So think about grounding the 4 corners of each foot into the earth. Pelvis is stacked over the knees, shoulders stacked over pelvis. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down, dropping them down the sides of the body. Chin can be just slightly tucked. Crown of head floats to sky. Perfect posture. And pausing here for 3 more deep, full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And then allowing the eyes to float open here in case they dropped closed. Let's take our fists, soft fist, and you're going to place them in your hip crease. You could do this sitting in a chair too. It would probably be more intense if you do it sitting in a chair. Just a footnote. So the fists go in your hip crease. The back is going to stay flat. You're going to go forward into another straight leg forward fold, Uttanasana, until you come to a sticking point. And there you will stop. Now you've got those fists pushing into the colon area. You're going to pump the belly, which means expanding the belly like a balloon. Inhale, and then exhale, a sharp pull back towards the spine. So it's inhale and you're pumping for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, pump the belly, 3, 2, 1, and then coming straight back up, loading it up. Oh. And what we didn't do this last bit that we just did, we did not tap our left leg. So let's tap our left leg. I forgot that last little bit. So you're going to go all around the whole leg, tapping. The bums are here. Let's do our bumps. And then up higher by the kidneys. And coming back around, let's just tap on the front of the belly here. Or you might want to stack palms and just circle, going up the right side, across and down the left. Up right is ascending colon, across is transverse colon, down the left is descending colon. So we're just encouraging the belly, the colon, whole area to do its job, to wake up. Keep things moving. 2 more circles around the navel here. Very nice. And then just bringing that to stillness. I'm moving the blocks to the narrow end of the mat. But before we go down on the mat, Let's do a couple more things for the hips. So I'm going to face the chair seat and grabbing the outer rim of the chair seat, shifting the weight. I won't mirror you for this. Shifting the weight into the left leg. Right knee bends into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, donkey kicks. 7, pelvis is squared. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Keep the leg extended and floating. Toe points down, touch, and lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat. Right foot touches down left. Right foot touches down right. 8. Lift the leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot goes left. The 5 toes tuck. You lift the right heel. Inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, press it into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Right foot meets the left. Micro bend the knees. To recalibrate, feet stay flat. Head does not dangle. Body is in the shape of a right angle. Now the weight goes into your right leg. Left bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Donkey kicks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg out. Float it. Point the toe. Touch down. And lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat. Left foot touches down right. Lift the leg. Touches down left. For 8, lift the leg. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot touches down right. Tuck the 5 toes. Lift the left heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Left foot meets the right. Micro bend the knees. And then just go ahead and just step back. Hands stay on the chair seat and just stretch out the back body. This is modified down dog. Chest is aiming towards the tops of the thighs. Try not to let the head dangle. Maybe wiggle the hips a bit. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to neutral. Step back carefully towards your chair seat. Use the back of the chair seat to rise up. And then you're back standing. And I don't think we have new people today, but I'll quickly just show you how to use the chair to get down on the mat and get back up again. So a quick Cliff's Notes here. So you're going to go back to where we were here, grabbing the chair seat. You're going to shift the weight into one leg, and then you're going to float one knee down, and then the second knee can join it. Now you're on the earth. Getting back up, same thing. Weight will go in hands and arms. Grab edge of chair seat, maybe grab the whole chair seat. You might want to assist one leg forward. These back toes are tucked. You're going to put the weight in the arms and you're going to press as you lift the bum up. Inhale, exhale. 1 foot under chair seat, 2nd foot under chair seat. And again, rising up slowly to avoid the head rush. So do it. It works for you. Have your props handy, the ones that you want to use. And facing now the narrow end of the mat. Inhale up. Swan dive. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more. Lifting and bowing. Lifting, and you're going to stay down this time. Fingertips can touch the mat. Head can hang here. The head is tractioning the spine now like a 15-pound bowling ball. And with the feet flat, you can micro bend the knees left and right to stretch out that low back area that gets really tight from too much inactivity, too much sitting. Micro bending the knees for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Hands can be on mat or low blocks as you step into downward facing dog if you're doing down dog. If this is not possible, just get yourself onto the mat. So if down dog people, you can bicycle pedal your feet, your heels, and you can wag your fluffy dog butt and your fluffy dog tail for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Feet come to stillness. Float both knees down. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. This is where I take my rolled faux bolster, put it behind my knees, and I press back with the hips. The bolster gives me more space so the hips can get closer to the heels. Arms could be forward on the mat, or they could be beside the legs, and the forehead rests on the mat. Child pose. Now, if your forehead doesn't get to the mat, stack palms. That's option 1. You rest the forehead on them. Option 2, stack fists. Rest the forehead there. Or option 3, placing it on a low block and then allowing the entire body to melt into the mat. Feeling Mother Earth supporting you. Dropping into a quiet space inside for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And maybe there's little micro movements side to side, east to west, maybe not. Just breathing. And then coming to stillness. Now, coming only halfway out of your child pose. Right foot nestles into the arch of the left foot. You're placing that right top of the right foot into the left arch. And then you're going to push back, smushing your bottom right foot. So now we're going to pump blood into that foot. Arms and hands are going to go to the left on the floor. And the right hip pushes away right, 45 degrees on the diagonal. And now you've got a ginormous stretch on the right side of the body. Maybe it's static press. Or maybe it's little wiggles, little micro movements. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Pausing in the center. Coming halfway out. Flip the feet. Top of left foot nestles into arch of right foot. Pushing back with the hips. Smushing your bottom right foot. Arms and hands go on the earth to the right. The left hip pushes away left, 45 degrees on the diagonal. Big stretch for the left side of the body. Maybe little wiggles, maybe not. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Coming all the way up and winding the feet. Losing any props you might have been using. And let's come to sitting. Taking your time, it's no rush to get there. And then having props handy if you think you want to be using your props. Strap, weights, blocks, whatever. All right, so now you might want to sit on a folded blanket or towel to elevate the hips. Sitting on the earth, the tendency is to collapse backward. So sitting on a little something or other can help tilt the pelvic bowl forward. You're going to take the soles of the feet together. They're kissing. They're going to get nice and close. And you're going to sit nice and tall. You can grab the ankles or the top of the foot, whatever works. And keeping the back flat, imagine there's a wire right in the center of your chest. I prop my thighs with the blocks so I'm not gripping in the hip crease. And we're going to lean forward with the chest, but we're not rounding the back. So this is going to be a small move. You don't want to go forward and then pop something. It's a very small movement. When you get to your optimum stretch, you're going to pause there and we'll breathe for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back slowly to neutral. Nice. And now we're going to extend the legs long in front. Pulling flesh away from sits bones is an option. Feet stay flexed. And we're going to keep the legs just slightly wider than parallel. And then we're going to keep the feet flexed. Issue external rotation with the feet. Back to center, internal rotation. The feet outward and inward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Shake everything out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and bend the right knee. You get the foot stays flat, either on the inside of the left leg or the outside of the left leg. Go ahead and grab your bent right knee. Left arm extends from the armpit as you twist to the right, looking down the middle finger of your right hand. When you get to your sticking point, that back hand goes by the hip. That front hand is holding the bent knee and the left foot stays flexed. Seated twist for 4, 3, 2, 1. Just slightly release, not too much. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Letting that bent knee drop off to the right. You can prop it with a block or a blanket or whatever, pillow. And you're going to keep the left leg straight and you're going to lift the arms up. Inhale up. Exhale, tilting over. And then hands will land somewhere. Don't force any of this. Just go as far as feels comfortable, your optimum stretch, not a maximum stretch. When you go to the maximum, you're not giving yourself any wiggle room. So we want to give you wiggle room. So try not to slump. Think about leading with the chest as we pause here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back slowly. Let's unwind the right leg. Shake it out. Now you're going to bend the left knee, your left knee. Foot stays flat either on the inside or the outside of the right leg. The right hand hangs onto your bent left knee. The left arm goes out to the side, and you're going to twist to the left until you come to your sticking point, and there you will stop. Right foot stays flexed throughout for 4, 3, 2, 1. Just slightly release from your twist. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Coming out of it, triple slow time. Dropping the left bent knee off to the side and propping it with a block or a cushion or a towel. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Hands land somewhere. The chest leads. The back stays flat. Crown of head floats to sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to walk it back nice and slow. Move the props away. Unwind the legs and the feet. Shake the legs out. Let's turn and face the narrow end of the mat. Toes point forward, feet and legs in parallel. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Here you might want to add a weight or a block. Inhale forward, come to center, exhale, inhale. Or inhale, exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold back here, lift the chest, one lower leg comes up, little twist, working on transverse abdominals for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Leg comes down, prop can go away. You like take a breath here in the middle. Inhale, breath. Exhale, back. Lower leg, right? Here we go. Twisting. How far can you twist? We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Prop goes away, foot comes down, chest comes through the knees, and now we're going to roll it all the way down onto the back body. Oh, this should feel good. Getting into your back body, the knees drawn into the chest, and maybe just rocking side to side might feel yummy. Try to keep the back of the neck long so the chin isn't pointing up at the ceiling. Rocking side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Splay the knees apart. The feet are still floating. You can grab your ankles or your shins. Let the entire weight of the arm open up the hip crease. So you're just letting gravity do the work for this part here. And since the feet are floating, flex and point the feet. Spread the toes wide, circle the ankles for 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Close the knees back. Let's just take the right foot down to the mat. Keep the knee bent. Left hand on left knee. Extend that knee out like 30 to 45. And either with your hand or a strap, you can grab your foot. If you can't reach your foot, maybe you could hang on to your calf. Inhale, bend left knee. Exhale, straighten it out to the side. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rebend. Re-angle that leg. Left foot comes down to the mat. The left knee stays bent. Draw the right knee into the chest. Angle the right bent knee off to the side. And either with your hand or a strap, grab your foot or maybe your ankle or your calf. Inhale, bend right knee. Exhale, straighten to the side. Inhale, bend right knee. Exhale, straighten off to the side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Rebend. Realign that leg. Left foot comes back down to the earth. Here you might want to grab your weights if you want to use weights. They're optional. The legs stay bent. And the weight will go in the hip crease. Nothing heavier than 2 pounds, please. And then we'll start by doing pelvic tilts on the earth, and then we'll move into bridge pose. So everything stays grounded for now. You're going to inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale, draw it back and squeeze. You're squeezing abdominals, tops of thighs, buttocks, pelvic floor. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, back and squeeze. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale, back and squeeze. This time, tilt forward, press into the feet, lift up and squeeze. Whee! So you keep looking straight ahead. Don't look side to side for this. Lift the hips. Thighs are in parallel. Roll down vertebra by vertebra like you're laying down a string of pearls. Pelvis hits, tilts forward. Inhale, press into the feet, lift up. Bridge pose. Roll it back down, triple slow time. The minute the pelvis hits the earth, tilt forward. Inhale, lift and squeeze. This time we're staying up. And if you want to add more challenge, come up on your tippy toes. Optional. So we're going to squeeze right butt cheek, left butt cheek, right, left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center, staying lifted, knock the knees together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Feet come back flat. Roll everything down. Nice and slow. Lose the weights. And then gently and mindfully drawing one bent knee into the chest. Don't pop it in there because this is the counter stretch to what we just did. Second knee joins it. And then maybe a little rock side to side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center, feet float down to the mat, knees will stay bent. So very quickly, no weight or one weight in each hand. The arms come out to the side, the palms face the midline. Arms are curved like we're embracing a barrel. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's reopen here. Just do little pumps here to the pectoral muscles here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close. And now just take everything down just to recover. No weight, one weight, or two weights in both hands, and you're going to bind them together. Arms are straight. Inhale, drop straight arms over. Maybe you'll hit the floor. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you drop. Exhale as you lift. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then elbows rebend. Weights go to one side. Legs can come slowly to straight. Arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees. We're in our favorite pose, Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose. You can just let the feet flop off to the side. Maybe make any final movements that make you feel complete. And just melting into Shavasana, letting the earth support you. If flat on the back doesn't work, you can bend both knees. Feet are mat width apart, knees knot together in the center like a tent. Restorative rest. If flat on the back doesn't work, roll to one side, stack hips and legs, rest the head on the upper arm, or a block, or a cushion on a block. If you have an available wall and would like to put legs up the wall, or you could sit in a chair, feet flat, crown of head floats up to sky, nice long spine. And then once you've organized your best version of Shavasana, just letting the eyes drop closed, scanning the body for any residual tension that might remain, and then letting the eyes drop closed, relaxing the face and the jaw, the back of the neck. Noticing deep relaxation forming in the soles of the feet now. And noticing that warmth as it flows from the feet to the ankles, to the low legs, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the low back, the belly, warmth moving up into the torso, enveloping the internal organs, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the neck, all the way now to the crown of the head, enveloped in warmth, relaxation. And you're tuning into the breath, your natural breath. The breath is like a river, flowing and fluid, down through the landscape of the body and up and out. The breath has motion, fluid, like a river. This river touches the whole landscape of the body. It flows in and out, all the way down to the feet, and it flows all the way up to the head, to the crown of the head. The river of breath covers the whole body, touched by the breath, the flowing river of the breath. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. May the moon and the stars pour their healing light upon you. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you stand in the light of your own true self. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan. Let's. So I'm free to answer questions. Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much.
What's going on? Oh, you're welcome, as always.
I have a question. I noticed that this is recorded. Where do we access it?